Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the troublesome reign of King John, and we get to hear from Louis today in Act 2, Scene 3. This is Louis the Dauphin, who is married to Blanche, who is the niece of King John. So once the nobles got tired of King John, and sort of the last straw was that Arthur died and they blamed King John for it, they decided that Louis has the better claim to the throne because of his marriage to Blanche, so they are going to back him, and they are going to try to get Louis and the French to come and overthrow King John. So in this Act 2, Scene 3, all of the nobles have gathered so that they can figure out exactly how they're going to go about doing this. And while they were talking, the bastard showed up because John had sent the bastard to try to smooth things over with the nobles. So he shows up, and the nobles list out all of the reasons why they think that John is now a tyrant and needs to be overthrown, and the bastard countered all of those with reasonable arguments and said, if you all continue on this path to overthrow John, you are dooming yourselves to hell. If you want to come back with me, we can all be friends again, and that'll be fine too. So when the bastard leaves, all of the nobles are like, are we going with it? They're like, no, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. And then they get word that Louis is pretty much arrived. He's like right there. They're like, oh, how soon is he going to get here? And they're like, he's right here. So Louis and his train come in, and he says, fair lords of England, Louis salutes you all as friends and firm well-willers of his weal, at whose request from plenty flowing France, crossing the ocean with a southern gale, he is in person come at your commands, to undertake and gratify withal the fullness of your favors preferred him. But, world's brave men, omitting promises till time be minister of more amends, I must acquaint you with our fortune's course. The heavens, dewing favors on my head, have in their conduct safe with victory brought me along your well-manured bounds, with small repulse and little cross of chance. Your city, Rochester, with great applause, by some divine instinct, laid arms aside. And from the hollow holes of Thameses, echo apace replied, Vive le Roi! From thence, along the wanton rolling glade, to Troyvenant, your fair metropolis, with luck came Louis to show his troops of France, waving our ensigns with the dallying winds, the fearful object of fell frowning war, where, after some assault and small defence, heavens, may I say, and not my warlike troop, tempered their hearts to take a friendly foe within the compass of their high-built walls, giving me title as it seemed they wish. Thus fortune, lords, acts to your forwardness, means of content in lieu of former grief. And, may I live but to requite you all, world's wish were mine, in dying noted yours. So this is Louis telling the story of how he has traveled and run into really good luck while he got there. He's very flowery in his language, in his speech. You know, his saying, hello, I'm here because you asked me to come here, is like the first 8 lines of this, but he has to use lots of big words to say that. But he's like, okay, I'm going to talk about what I'm here to do in just a minute, but I need to tell you first what it was like for me to get here. Like I got here and I had all of my troops, but everywhere I went, we were welcomed. In the town of Rochester, nobody even fought us. We move on to the next town and they're shouting, long live the king, in French, for us, because we're French. We go to the next town and there's just a teeny little bit of a skirmish, but it wasn't because we were stronger, it was because they realized that we were on their side. The heavens changed their minds and they welcomed us with open arms and decided to call me king. So he's like, this is all very good. This all screams of good things to come. So here I am, the wonderful Louis, to help all of you. And Salisbury is like, yes, you are here, our hope of hopes, our dream of dreams, the person who has come to save us from the depths of despair. He does a lot of like very appropriate butt kissing at this point to say, welcome to England, please help us. And Lewis is going to have another monologue, a nice long one tomorrow to respond to that. So I'll see you then. Mwah.